It's day 18 of designing an Animal Crossing island in just 30 days using only DIYs. Yesterday, we attempted to build out what I'm calling a boardwalk area. It did not go well. I made a lot of really weird choices, and I just kind of ran out of DIYs. So today I'm feeling like I have a lot to prove.
It's the 30-day DIY island.
This is gonna be potentially the weirdest day we've had yet. As of right now, I'm still on our regular schedule. Every time I catch a shark, it's just a sucker fish. Anyway, yes, regular schedule, haven't done a big time jump yet, but today we are doing our first really big time jump. We are gonna go all the way forward into Turkey Day, and we are going to buy the Turkey Day DIY recipes. Before we do that though, I wanted to make sure that I at least grabbed a couple more regular old recipes. Oh, apple rug, nice. That we could just get on our beach and things like that. I'm getting a Cosmos shower from Tasha, which I already know how to craft. Don't get me wrong, I know that Turkey Day is not going to just solve all of our problems, but it is just a bunch of recipes sitting there waiting for me to grab them. Originally, I thought I had to do the event, but I was reminded that no, Turkey Day recipes can just be purchased, which is pretty cool. And I've been so busy with each of these days that I forgot to finish paying off this staircase, even though I went and out of my way to collect the money for it. That is very silly. Okay, we only need about 10,000 more bells. Okay, so I guess this will be done soon. I suppose while we're about to time travel, I might as well move my house to our new location, just to get that out of the way. But while I work on the last of my dailies before this big time jump, it's important to mention just how much of a wake-up call yesterday was. Like, I did something very predictable, and that was run out of DIYs. But of course, I didn't call it a 30-day DIY challenge because it was gonna be easy. I guess I planned too big of a spot for my house. With the little dirt areas around it though, maybe it'd be a nice spot for some flowers, I don't know. All right, so we'll have a staircase done when we do our time skip, and our house will be right here. That is really good. Another thing I wanna do is visit a Captain Island. I still have some points, and I'm looking for another DIY, as well, again, as crops. Having crops in front of my house would be a lot better than the mess of trees I currently have. And we did it! We found potatoes. Oh my gosh. We are now potato farmers. You know what? I'm just happy to be a farmer of any kind whatsoever. I'm gonna be grabbing all these potatoes, and I'm also gonna dig up all of the little potato plots. Just take everything I possibly can. I'm gonna fill my yard with potatoes. I'm guessing this DIY will be another glowing moss item. It is the stacked shopping baskets. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I did not know this was a DIY. I literally thought this was something you could buy. I'm guessing we have to buy the shopping baskets just like the books, but that's great. We're kind of creating a commerce area where Nooks and Able Sisters is, so if we find the shopping basket item, I should definitely remember to buy a few of them so that we can make that. In addition to getting potatoes and the shopping basket DIYs, we also have mums here. I don't think I can carry all this back with me, but mums are great because there's actually a recipe or two I would love to be able to craft. In particular, the mum cushion. Such a nice recipe. So I'm really glad we found these. We're definitely going to be trying to make more. Anyway, I'm sure by now it's become apparent to you that I am running out of time. I'm running out of time and I don't have anywhere near enough stuff. So other than Turkey Day, what's my plan? What am I gonna do to combat the severe lack of DIYs? Well, I'm glad I pretended you asked, because you see, once we get to the Turkey Day time period in Animal Crossing, I have a feeling we're gonna be spending a little bit of extra time there. Other than the Turkey Day items, there is a bit of a backup plan that I have in mind for getting even more incredible DIYs. You see, there's something I've known for a while that I'm probably gonna have to do that I'm going to just despise every minute of. Thought I had more to sell. It's just gonna be suckerfish today. That something though is looking to the sky. You see, the DIYs that I can get from just a little bit of patience, it's kind of incredible. Because in November, not only can I get the Turkey Day DIYs, but I can also get the Maple Leaf and Mushroom DIY sets if I'm willing to pop all the balloons to do so. And if you've played any amount of Animal Crossing before, you know why that sounds just awful. Having to sit and wait and pop balloon after balloon. What a miserable experience. But here's the thing. I've played RuneScape before, and I'm no stranger to a grind. So listen, if we have to do it, we have to do it. We'll see how desperate we get. But what I will say is that the Turkey Day DIYs that we can simply barge into Nooks and buy here in a little bit are really nice, and they're going to help us kind of fill out a lot of the little spots in our islands. In particular, the Turkey Day garden stand. Like, what a fantastic item. I mean, just look at how majestic it is. Not to mention, because we'll be skipping to fall, I think because we'll be able to visit Captain Islands that'll be in that season sometimes, we could also get some of those recipes from Captain Islands too. Anyway, it's on my mind, it's in our back pocket, and if we have to go to those extremes, it's just what we have to do. For now though, my focus is potatoes. We are going to grow as many potatoes as possible. I've planted all of the ones that I scooped up from the island, and now I'm planting every individual potato we managed to pluck while on the island. As I obtain more crops, I will of course reduce the amount of potatoes, but until then, I'm gonna fill every single tile on this dirt patch and the other dirt patch with just potatoes. I'm gonna plant them, we're gonna water them, we are going to harvest them, and make a bunch of money. And there we go, we got some more Nook miles for doing that. It's great because we have a lot more we're gonna plant as well. And once we skip ahead, they should all be grown, and I can harvest them and continue planting. Where I'm gonna put my fruit trees for the time being though, is a different story. I'm just gonna kind of plant these all crammed in next to the shoreline. I don't think I'm gonna be decorating here right away, but they will move again. I think we'll make like a proper orchard at some point. But we just got to get these out of our inventory. Now that we finally found crops, I'm not as concerned about keeping all of these trees. I do want the fruit for different crafting recipes, but I don't necessarily feel like we need them as much for making money now, because managing like fruit trees is kind of annoying. They take just as much time, I think, to grow out of the ground, like, or not out of the ground, but grow fruit on the trees. And then you have to shake them and then pick all the fruit up. And, you know, you get fruit all over the ground. It just takes forever. It's all these like multiple actions, whereas crops, you water them a little bit, and then you just have to pluck them out of the ground once, and they stack neatly in your inventory, and Timmy and Tommy buy them for a bunch of money. Another thing we should do before we head off is plant and water all of the mums that we collected, on the off chance that maybe they breed a little bit during this little time jump. I guess they'd only have one day to do it because I think it's only going to count that I watered them one time, but that's fine. It's better than nothing, and we just need more of these. I'm also too lazy to replant these fruit trees, so I'm just going to sell them. All right, it's time to launch ourselves into fall. Oh my gosh, there's already weeds in the title screen. This is going to be such a mess. And our first DIY of the season is going to be from Isabel, who's giving us a mushroom wreath. Well, our house moved. That's good. We've got our staircase. How are our potatoes doing? Okay, it looks like we managed to get 2 potatoes on each of these, which is going to be enough to replant. I probably maybe might be able to fill out all of the tiles now. But before I do that, I'm just going to go ahead and grab these and leave them. I'm not going to replant just yet. The reason is that I think we should treat this day like we treated the previous day, whereby we gather up all the DIYs and we also visit a Captain Island. And if there's any chance we get an additional crop, I'll be really annoyed with myself for having planted everything as potatoes, and then I have carrots or wheat or something that I could also plant. In any case though, 66 potatoes. I'm also getting Nook miles for, of course, harvesting the potatoes, which is really nice. It is really weird to be seeing this game in fall right now, and the weeds are bothering me quite a bit. I'm trying to ignore those for now because there might be some even larger time jumps we need to do in the near future. There's just gonna be more and more weeds. I can't do anything about it right now. We are able to start picking up mushrooms. We're gonna have plenty of time to do that though, because for now, I am gonna be keeping the game in November for a bit, because again, we want all those additional DIYs, and we'll have plenty of days to go ahead and make sure we gather up mushrooms. We also managed to spawn 1 new mom while we were away, so okay, well, at least it's something. Our beach DIY is the shell fountain. We already know. Oh, my poor little tacoid got left out here all by itself. We do have a balloon in the distance. I cannot be letting these go. Even though it's blue, it probably just has some clay in it or something. If there's any chance we get a fall DIY out of it though, this will be worth it. It is a mushroom table. Oh wow. I haven't even bought the Turkey Day recipes yet, and I already have my first fall DIY. This is fantastic. I think everyone's gonna be a little bit sad to see me because I did disappear for a while, but little do they know I have 0 feelings either way because all I'm looking for are more DIYs. Harry is crafting, and it's a wooden plank sign. Oh, which I know how to make. I was thinking it was the shop sign. Oh my gosh, I want the shop sign so bad. They're really holding out on me. I was about to go and check out a Captain Island, but it looks like Paula might want to move out. Yep, Paula wants to move out. Well, go spread your wings. Have fun. Unfortunately, I don't really have time to hunt for another villager. I don't have a lot of tickets. I know I need to get a frog villager. That is now like my new directive But we also need to focus on DIYs, and I do think the villager hunting could be a bit distracting, especially with hardly any points. So the plot may or may not autofill. I'm not going to worry about it. Our Captain Island for this new season that we're in is another vine and glowing moss island. A little disappointed. I'm not going to be grabbing the shrubs. I'm not going to be worried about too much other than the DIY and the vines and the glowing moss. Still good items to have. But yeah, no, I was really hoping it would match the season we were in because that would mean another new recipe. But maybe this is a new recipe. It's the Woven Vines hat. Well, this is my first hat. I'm not really jazzed about spending my vines on it, but I mean, it does represent our first hat, and that's something worth celebrating. All right, I think I got enough from this island. We will head back. Oh, right, I got roaches in my house. I better get rid of these because if a villager visits and sees roaches, they immediately get scared and leave. But this is actually one of the few times I would like a villager to visit because I think I am entitled to some new fruit when that happens. Potentially, they could bring me the gift of a fruit that I don't already have. So we got to make sure things are cleaned up for them. The Woven Vines hat looks pretty decent, actually. I might actually wear that. We have the mushroom table and, of course, the mushroom wreath. We got some other DIYs along the way, but these are the ones it's showing us. And this is without even getting the Turkey Day stuff yet. Today has already been a pretty decent day for DIYs. I was only looking at that, though, because I was trying to customize my shovel. I have to plant all these potatoes, and I need a fresh shovel. And that's just a pro tip for any of you who don't play a lot of Animal Crossing. You can actually customize your tools to refresh them rather than waiting for them to break, which is kind of cool. With the addition of these potatoes, as we time travel, skip around, try to collect DIYs, I'm going to be a lot more ruthless. Before, I was going out of my way to get my bonus Nook miles, to plant my money tree, to maybe even find a money rock, like, do all the things I need to do to try to, like, you know, up my chances of having some cash and the things I need to, you know, eventually pay down my loan, stuff like that. Well, now that we have the potatoes, we don't have to worry about that as much. Our money problems, I don't want to say they're solved, but things are going to be easier with this right in my front yard. And it would seem we are only one potato shy of filling up all of it. Yes, both plots are basically full, minus one potato. I'll take that. Hey, that's fine. That means the next time we harvest these, we can sell like all of them, which is great because I haven't even had these for like a full day, really. So let's get these watered, maybe even get some points for watering a whole bunch of crops along the way, and move on to finally buying our Turkey Day DIYs. We did get 1,000 Nook miles for planting our potatoes, which is cool. The next time we get one of those, we'll have probably found some new crop because I'm not going to be planting much for a while. It looks like Nooks is having that Nook Friday sale. We're not worried about that. That has nothing to do with us. We are just here for the DIYs. The Cozy Turkey Day DIY. It costs 16,632 bells. This is going to be all of the furniture that you can unlock from actually doing the event. There's also basic cooking recipes and Turkey Day recipes, but we haven't unlocked cooking yet, so we can always just kind of come back for those. Everything else here we already have. So now we're looking at some really, really cool decorations. My favorite ones would be the chair, the table, and the Turkey Day garden stand. Of course, I can also see using perhaps the hearth and the other items as well. The Turkey Day wheat decor is also good as long as we... Oh, it takes weeds. I thought it was going to be wheat, but no, it takes weeds. Yeah, so these are all really, really strong, solid items for all kinds of stuff. But now with our Turkey Day items in hand, let's go ahead and take a quick walk around the island. I'm specifically looking for mushrooms, but the goal is to find those mushrooms and then time travel backwards a little bit. We are going to go towards the beginning of November, which is when I believe the maple leaves will be flying around. We'll still have mushrooms, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, the balloons will be both mushroom DIYs and maple leaf DIYs. So it's kind of like double DIY balloon opportunities. If I'm gonna sit there and like wait for balloons to spawn, I might as well up my chances of getting something good as much as possible. As I search these trees and cliffs for mushrooms, it also occurs to me that there is a really solid argument to be made about actually reducing the number of trees around the island significantly so that mushrooms don't have like a lot of places they can go. But because I can't buy saplings, at least with these trees, I can't get them back. I can always plant money trees, take the money off them, and get hardwood trees again, but I can't get more cedars. So I'm really hesitant to cut these down because otherwise I'll have to go to like Nook Miles Islands and try to find them, and that's just not fun. Anyway, I found what I can for now. Let's go ahead and roll back the clock. The only problem with rolling the clock backwards is that the watering I did to my potatoes apparently did not follow us. So spending that time was kind of silly. All right, no, it's fine. I understand. I will go ahead and water these again. And from here, we're not going to be time skipping like we have been all day. It's just going to be one day after another now as we stay in the month of November. So these will grow. I was just kind of hoping to like pop out of my house and have a bunch of potatoes. But I didn't even get the announcements from Isabel. So I don't know. I haven't time skipped a whole lot in my time in Animal Crossing in general. And I didn't realize going backwards would just completely prevent you from getting announcements or any kind of meaningful progress. The good news is, though, I didn't have to replant them. What's even more interesting about this time jump backwards is that my money tree I planted before didn't grow, but we also have a new money tree as well. Thankfully, I did get a new beach DIY, and it's once again the stacked shopping baskets for the second time today, which is super weird because I only just learned that that was even a crafting recipe today. All right, Norma, what are we making? It is floral swag. I had to remind myself, but this is what it looks like, and this is actually something you hang inside on the wall, so nothing I can use outside. I was looking around and realizing I wasn't seeing any maple leaves flying around, and I did make one miscalculation. It looks like November 16th to 26th is when the maple leaves will actually appear in the game. And, you know, my potatoes didn't grow. And I have all these duplicate DIYs. So we can jump like a little more into the future, right? What could it hurt? At least Isabel is hooking us up with an amazing DIY, the red leaf pile. That thing's gonna look really good in the campsite, which I was saying could have used like maybe some stepping stones or something. I think like a red leaf pile up there would look really, really cool. But all right, now I am officially in the part of fall that I want to be in. I think we can get both mushroom DIYs and the maple leaf DIYs this time of year. There's also a bottle already on the beach, which is great. I didn't even have to go looking for it. And weirdly enough, it's the bamboo wall because, yeah, we're totally like in spring right now. I know the spring recipes are different, but I don't even have bamboo. Maybe we'll manage to find some at some point. Potato-wise, though, looking strong. We have 2 potatoes in each spot. So I'll go ahead and pick all of these up, and we're gonna sell these. I like this so much better than harvesting fruit from trees. Oh my goodness. We're just able to run in here and pick these up very quickly, and I cannot wait to see how much this farm is gonna make us. This isn't even like the full potential because we haven't watered it enough to get the 3 potatoes per spot. The next time we harvest this is going to be worth even more. Let's go ahead and plant one of these. We'll start to get them all watered. And without even looking, I managed to find a balloon. This could easily be a recipe. It's 10,000 bells. I'll take that too. I haven't really planted a lot of money trees or anything. And with the potatoes that basically filled up my inventory, along with some DIYs that I already had, we'll sell all of this stuff and see what we can make. 83,000 bells. Oh, I love to see that. In all the time travel chaos, I completely forgot that Paula had moved away, and the plot has not autofilled. As you know, we are trying to find Lily the Frog, so it's probably worth grabbing a couple tickets and at least trying to find somebody for that plot. I did go ahead and buy 3 tickets. There's also a chance we find some DIYs on these trips, and it could be all kinds of villagers that are in the top 50, which is important because ultimately that is the rule. A frog villager is like a bonus at this point, especially Lily. But if we can get anybody in the top 50, I will be happy. And it's a bamboo island. I was just saying that I have no bamboo. This is perfect. The villager on said bamboo island is Pierce, who is number 248 on Animal Crossing Portal. Hard pass. Getting a bamboo island, though, is huge for us because I don't think I've had one yet. Or if I did, I definitely ignored the bamboo on it. And now we can take some of these back home with us and have a source of bamboo. There are a lot of DIYs I've not been able to use because of this. So we can definitely start harvesting bamboo, and if we want to, we can even go back early enough into spring to get young spring bamboo and benefit from those recipes as well. I did just enough to break my axe. The rest of these, or at least a number of them, I'm actually going to scoop up so I can just go ahead and replant right when we get home. I went ahead and grabbed 6 bamboo trees on my way out. This is going to be awesome. We can find a place for them. We can even decorate around a little bit, just make like a little build out of it. And honestly, the more builds, the better at this point. All right, let's check out our second of 3 islands. And this one features Tipper, who is number 140 on the list. Better, but still not worth settling for. I think we can do one more island and see about getting somebody who is closer to the top 50. We did find a DIY while we're here, and it is a pear umbrella. Not only do I think we'll never be able to craft that, but it just kind of feels pointless because I'm not sure where I'd put one. Oh my gosh. We were down to our last ticket, and we found Mary, who is, in fact, at least right now, a top 50 villager. By the way, if you're ever hanging out on this site and you want to, maybe hit this button a little bit and vote for Mary so Mary can be, raised in the ranking, that would be awesome. I will have to wait till next month to try voting some more. And trust me, it's worth your time to vote Mary up because I am in fact inviting Mary to live on Gee Whiz. I cannot believe we found our second of 3 top 50 villagers. Now we just need the last one to be Lily, honestly. And there's a DIY here. It's the deer scare, which is a bamboo item. It's a pretty good one. It's this thing. It's just a nice decoration. And it's cool because I just talked about making a little area for bamboo, like a bamboo build. And that would be perfect for it. Well, today was a huge day, but next time we definitely need to worry about building something because we are getting really uncomfortably close to this challenge being over. The next video should be on screen now for your enjoyment.